dust motes dance in sunbeams where your scent used to cling. I trace the outline of your chair, the silence it still brings. The record skips on our song, a ghost upon the turntable spin. A cold cup of coffee cools untouched as memories begin. Every corner whispers she was here, a fragile broken thread, the light through dusty windows, painting shapes upon the bed. A single lonely pillow cradling the space you held. This room feels vast and hollow, a story left untold. Silent room where echoes fade, no more your voice to fill the air. Just the ticking of the clock, a rhythm cold and bare. The silence isn't peaceful, it's a weight I cannot bear. This silent room, a monument to love beyond repair. Old letters crumpled in the drawer, words that felt so true. A faded photograph, a smile that's lost its hue. The scent of your perfume lingers, a ghost upon the breeze. This room holds all the pieces, yet shattered, hard to please. Every corner whispers she was here, a fragile broken thread, the light through dusty windows, painting shapes upon the bed. A single lonely pillow cradling the space you held. This room feels vast and hollow, a story left untold. Silent room where echoes fade, no more your voice to fill the air. Just the ticking of the clock, a rhythm cold and bare. The silence isn't peaceful, it's a weight I cannot bear. This silent room, a monument to love beyond repair. Remember how you laughed, a sound like wind chimes in the rain. That summer night we danced, lost in a fragile fleeting chain. Now the floorboards creak beneath my feet, a lonely hollow sound. The only warmth I find is in the memories I found. Silent room, your walls hold stories of love that's gone astray. The silence grows, a heavy shroud obscuring yesterday. No more your voice to chase the shadows, chasing them away. Just this silence, cold and deep, as night turns into day. Just the silence, all alone, so cold, so cold, so cold, so cold, so cold.
The porch light still blinking in my mind, like it was waiting up for you. I was 22, all denim and out, riding home with the windows down. You were laughing at the radio, singing every chorus wrong but true. A paper cup of coffee between your hands, your hair stuck to the window glass, and the whole town looked like a photograph, like something I was scared to pass. I didn't know love would sound like that, a quiet click in a noisy world. One look, one small breath, and the future started turning toward us. I was falling in love, slow as sunset over the county line, holding your hand through the warm July. Every street light looked like a promise we could keep. I was falling in love, scared and smiling in the passenger seat, with the whole sky moving and my heart underneath. If I could go back, I'd live that moment all over again. Years later I found that mixtape in a shoebox under old receipts. Your handwriting on the cover, faded blue and bittersweet. I pressed play in the kitchen while the rain tapped on the pane, and the first chord came through the static, like your name in the train. I didn't know love would stay like that, not as a place but a light I carry. When the road gets long and the night feels heavy, I hear us singing anyway. I was falling in love, slow as sunset over the county line, holding your hand through the warm July. Every street light looked like a promise we could keep. I was falling in love, scared and smiling in the passenger seat, with the whole sky moving and my heart underneath. If I could go back, I'd live that moment all over again. If love is a house we keep rebuilding with rooms we can't return to, then I'll leave the porch light on for every dream that led me to you, just to thank the younger me for being brave enough to say your name. But I let it go too gently. The porch lights still blinking in my mind, and I don't mind the glow. I was falling in love once, and part of me still knows. Breath held in the quiet, where the heart finds its ease. found a place where time stands still. Beneath the same old street lights glow. Your hand in mine, a promise sealed in whispers only we could know. The way you laugh, a melody that plays when shadows start to creep. A sanctuary, just you and me, where secrets and the stars can keep. But sometimes doubt creeps in like rain, a chill through bones I can't explain. A ghost of something left unsaid, a weight that's pressing on my head. Oh, true love's echo deep and strong, through every joy and every wrong. It's not the fireworks in the sky, but the quiet moments passing by, where every touch a sacred vow, a gentle promise here and now. It's the anchor in the storm, the warmth that makes the lonely feel reborn. The years have carved a path behind, with laughter, tears, and memories. We learn to dance through every line, with patience, kindness, and a squeeze. Your eyes hold stories old and new, a map I'm honored to explore. The rhythm of the life we grew, with every beat I ask for more. But storms will come, they always do, a test of roots that seem so true. A moment where the ground might shake, a choice we make for love's own sake. Oh, true love's echo deep and strong, through every joy and every wrong. It's not the fireworks in the sky, but the quiet moments passing by, where every touch a sacred vow, a gentle promise here and now. It's the anchor in the storm, the warmth that makes the lonely feel reborn. Space between the words we speak, the promise that the strong won't break. True love's echo deep and strong, through every joy and every wrong. It's not the fireworks in the sky, but the quiet moments passing by, where every touch a sacred vow, a gentle promise here and now. It's the anchor in the storm, the warmth that makes the lonely feel reborn. True love's echo in the quiet, steady beat of hearts aligned, a promise held through time. True love's echo in the quiet, steady beat of hearts aligned, a promise held through time. True love's echo in the quiet, steady beat of hearts aligned, a promise held through time. True love's echo in the quiet, steady beat of hearts aligned, a promise held through time. shadow stretched long on the wet sidewalk concrete, under the sodium glow of a bus stop sign. You were fumbling for keys, laughing at your own heartbeat, while the rain talked soft to the empty street. I was holding a world in a paper cup of coffee, too hot to sip, too sweet to put down. And the way you tucked your hair behind your ear was the first time I ever felt the ground. And the neon sign from the all-night diner flicked its letters in a broken code. I was counting all the cracks in the pavement, while my careful world just exploded. Ooh, it was first light on 14th Street, a Polaroid of a moment, perfect and incomplete. You were the question I never meant to speak, just a stranger's smile on a Tuesday week. Now every sunrise tastes like instant coffee, and your absence is the loudest sound I know. Yeah, it was first light on 14th Street, and I didn't even know. The playlist on the radio was static and old songs. We made up lyrics to fill the quiet space. You said the city looked like a circuit board from the bridge, all those little lights, each one out of place. I remember the exact shade of your jacket blue, the way the collar scratched your cheek when you turned, and how the world, which had always been a map I knew, suddenly had a border that burned. Years later, I traced that same route on a map, found the diners still there, the bus stops new, but the angle of the light that Tuesday morning is a ghost I carry in my pocket next to you. Oh, it was first light on 14th Street, a Polaroid of a moment, perfect and incomplete. You were the question I never meant to speak, just a stranger's smile on a Tuesday week. Now every sunrise tastes like instant coffee, and your absence is the loudest sound I know. Yeah, it was first light on 14th Street, and I didn't even know. Rain on the window pane, a familiar sound, echoes of your voice. Where did it go? Guitar strings hum a lonesome tune. Under the pale moonlight, I'm lost in the blue. Remember the way your hand felt in mine, the smell of your perfume, that old worn outline of jokes we shared, the way you'd laugh. Now all that's left is this empty path where we used to walk, the park at dusk, the bench where we sat, now just a husk of memories that I can't unclench from my fingers like wet leaves in a trench. Why did you have to go and leave me here? This house feels bigger, the silence is clear. I'm counting the days, each one a stone, building a wall around a broken bone. Tears of yesterday falling like rain on the photograph, the smile that's in vain. I try to hold on, but it's slipping away like sand through my fingers. Another day, tears of yesterday burning my eyes, watching the sunset, a final goodbye. I'm drowning in silence, no place to hide from the ghost of you standing right by my side. The phone rings silent, no answer at all. I'm picking up the pieces, trying not to fall. Your favorite song on the radio plays, a cruel reminder of better days. The way you danced when that song came on, now I'm alone, singing off-key gone. I'm trying to remember every single line, but the words are blurred like a faded sign. I should have told you I'm not okay, but now it's too late. Another day, I'm wearing your jacket, cold on my skin, a ghost of a hug that I can't begin. Tears of yesterday falling like rain on the photograph, the smile that's in vain. I try to hold on, but it's slipping away like sand through my fingers. Another day, tears of yesterday burning my eyes, watching the sunset, a final goodbye. I'm drowning in silence, no place to hide from the ghost of you standing right by my side. Is this the end of the story? Will the pain ever be a memory? Or will it linger like a shadow in the light, a constant companion through the darkest night? Tears of yesterday falling like rain on the photograph, the smile that's in vain. I try to hold on, but it's slipping away like sand through my fingers. Another day, tears of yesterday burning my eyes, watching the sunset, a final goodbye. I'm drowning in silence, no place to hide from the ghost of you standing right by my side. Rain on the window pane, a familiar
echoes of your voice. Where did it go? Guitar strings hum a lonesome tune under the pale moonlight. I'm lost in the blue. The fireplace is a sleepy orange eye, casting shadows on the spine of your favorite book that you left here, dog-eared and loved. I trace the coffee ring on the table where you used to look at me like I was the only page worth reading, and the radiator hums your old tune in a key that's slightly out of tune, and the clock's hands are slow dancers dragging across the floor of this room. I feel the weight of your absence in the quiet that's not quiet at all. It's full of you. In the hearth and heart, I'm not alone. Your echo lives in the crackle of the stone, in the steam from a cup that's slowly cooling, in the sweater I'm wearing, soft and old and soothing, yeah. In the hearth and heart, I'm home. The rain taps a rhythm on the window pane, like your fingers used to on my arm. I find a receipt from that diner downtown where we shared a milkshake, laughed at the world. And the photograph on the mantel grins a frozen moment, sun-bleached and thin, but it holds the heat of 100 grins. And the shadows stretch like old sweaters, pulling tight around my chest. I hear your voice in the settling of the house, in the sigh before the rest. In the hearth and heart, I'm not alone. Your echo lives in the crackle of the stone, in the steam from a cup that's slowly cooling, in the sweater I'm wearing, soft and old and soothing, yeah. In the hearth and heart, I'm home. Maybe love is a soft place to land, not a fire but the ashes that remain, a gentle understanding, no grand demand, just the proof that we loved, and it wasn't in vain. And the night outside is a vast and empty sea, but in here, it's just you and me. I'll keep this hearth burning for the ghost of your laugh, the shape of your hand in the hearth and heart. I understand.
Your laugh fills the kitchen, talking about your Tuesday. The guy who got away, I'm mapping constellations on the tabletop, listening, while my own horizon turns from blue to gray. You call me your anchor, your constant, your safe place. But safe is just a shoreline, and I'm drowning in the bay. And I know the script, I know the scene by heart. The shoulder, the confidant, the one who plays the part. But every hey, what's up is a quiet, sharp art that carves a little deeper right through my guard. Oh, I'm always the friend, never the flame, the name you whisper when there's no one else to blame. I'm the echo in your hallway, the ghost in your frame. Oh, I'm always the friend, never the flame. Remember that night, the storm, the power was out. We talked for hours till the sun bled through the blinds. You said I was your soulmate, but you never found out that soulmates are the ones you leave behind. Now I'm just the playlist you put on when you're lonely, the book you keep but never read, the story left untold. And I trace the outline of the space you save for me, a museum of the almost, the might have been. Each I'm so glad we're friends is a tragedy, in a language I can't speak, but I understand. Oh, I'm always the friend, never the flame, the name you whisper when there's no one else to blame. I'm the echo in your hallway, the ghost in your frame. Oh, I'm always the friend, never the flame. Maybe I'm the map without a destination, the song you hum but never sing along, a quiet revelation in a silent conversation. I was building you a kingdom, you were just passing through. And the hardest part is knowing it's nobody's fault, just the cruel, indifferent architecture of the heart. So here's to the almost, the not quite, the almost lovers. I'll be here in the friend zone, forever young and older, always the friend. Found a dusty box in the back of the closet, buried beneath years I thought I'd left behind. One cracked plastic case, faded black and silver, holding a lifetime between rewind and play. The label's almost gone, your handwriting remains a little crooked can still see your smile in the dashboard light as we drove nowhere on a Friday night. The windows down, the summer air, your favorite song floating everywhere. We thought the road would never end. We thought forever was around the bend. Funny how a melody survives long after people say goodbye. This old cassette still knows every word you said, every laugh, every promise, every dream we never met. This old cassette spinning ghost inside my head. One press of play and suddenly you're sitting right beside me again. The tape runs rough, the sound's not clear, but somehow that makes you feel more near. A little static, a little hiss, like a memory refusing to be fixed. The diner closed years ago, the parking lot's an office now. But when that chorus fills the room, the whole world turns itself around. Some things fade like photographs. Some things somehow always last. This old cassette still knows every word you said, every laugh, every promise, every dream we never met. This old cassette spinning ghost inside my head. One press of play and suddenly you're sitting right beside me again. I know time keeps moving forward like headlights disappearing in the rain. And I know we became strangers, walking different roads through different days. But tonight the years are melting, every mile between us disappears, and the songs we love together bring your voice back to my ears. This old cassette keeps a part of us alive, like a small forgotten fire, somehow surviving all this time. This old cassette, more than plastic, tape and thread, it's a doorway to a world I thought was gone instead. This old cassette still turning in my heart long after everything else fell apart. Ooh. The song comes to an end. The wheels stop turning slow, but the silence after the music still sounds like home. tonight feels different somehow, like time forgot to move. We were kids running wild through the suburbs, sneaking out after midnight just to watch the sunrise. Old sneakers on cracked pavement, a pocket full of plans and restless minds. Every street was a kingdom, every weekend felt endless. We believed the world was waiting with open arms and no regrets. Now the mirrors tell a different story, but my heart still remembers the sound. Forever young tonight, let the years fall out of sight. Turn the radio up loud and sing it like we're 17 somehow. Forever young tonight, under these familiar lights. For one more moment, one more ride, we'll leave the passing years behind. Some friends moved away without warning. Some names became old photographs. Some dreams found another direction. Some disappeared into the past. But every song from those days still carries a little magic, a reminder that the best parts of us never really vanished. Maybe growing older isn't losing who we were. Maybe it's learning how to carry it forward. Forever young tonight, let the years fall out of sight. Turn the radio up loud and sing it like we're 17 somehow. Forever young tonight, under these familiar lights. For one more moment, one more ride, we'll leave the passing years behind. The moon hangs over Main Street, just like it did back then. And for a while, we're not adults, we're just those kids again, laughing in the dark, chasing stars we couldn't catch, holding on to memories that never stopped looking back. nothing has changed.
The clock hands slow down. In this room we've grown around. The radiator sighs a lullaby in metal cries. Dust motes dance in the sun's slow beam. A silent shared dream. Faded quilt on the chair, smell of rain on winter air, wool socks on the wooden floor, a book we've read before. Your voice a low hum in the half-light, turning ordinary into hallowed night. The radiator clicks a steady beat, a rhythm for our quiet retreat. A shadow fits like a sweater, keeping the cold at bay better. And I'm not afraid of the dark, 'cause you're the spark in the quiet, in the spark. A hand that knows my every mark. The weight of you, a gentle press, my heart's sure address. A harbor in the storm's loud crash, a safe and simple stash. Held in the hush, where time forgets to move. A safe and secret groove. In your eyes I find my proof. This cozy kind of truth. Let the world outside rush and roar. We've got something more, a shelter from the cold heartache, a love that doesn't fake. And in this quiet we're complete, a bittersweet retreat. Coffee cups on the sill, sunlight spilling, quiet thrill. Your laugh like a bell, low and clear, drawing comfort near. The radio plays a forgotten song, where we both belong. A cat purrs on the windowsill, our peace, our will. The ticking clock, a gentle sound in this love we've found. Maybe this is all we need, a place where souls can bleed, without shame, without fear, just being here. And if the storm should break the door, we'll still have this core, a memory of warmth to keep when we're lost in the deep. A promise whispered soft and low, that we'll always know. Held in the hush, where we're warm, where we're whole, in the quiet of your soul. The clock hands slow, and we let go. A final breath, a silent kiss, nothing amiss. Held in the hush. coffee's cold beside the chair you light. I still set 2 cups out, old habits grip. Your life's a ghost in these rented walls, echoing off the pictures in the hall. I saw your jacket in the closet door. Smells like rain in the night. We swore we'd never be the kind to just walk away. Now I trace the outline where you used to stay, and the calendar flips another day, while my heart's stuck on replay of the way you said my name. Now it's someone else's claim. You're holding her now. I'm just a ghost in your photographs, fading in the corners of life you laugh about. You're building dreams with her, while I'm patching cracks in mine. With every I love you that you whisper, I rewind to the silence where my heartbeat used to sound. Yeah, you're holding her now. Where we carved our names is weathered smooth, but the scar remains. I heard she's got your mother's eyes. They say you're kinda light in my own disarray. Play the song we loved on a Sunday drive. I hear it and my whole soul just dies a little inside. I'm happy for you, that's what they all assume, but happiness is just a room I'm locked outside of in this gloom. And the future we painted bright and bold is a story that's already been told to a different ear, a different hand to hold. You're holding her now. I'm just a ghost in your photographs, faded in the corners of the life you laugh about. You're building dreams with her, while I'm patching cracks in mine. With every I love you that you whisper, I rewind to the silence where my heartbeat used to sound. Yeah, you're holding her now. Maybe love is just a borrowed light, a spark we think is ours, but it's just passing through the night. And I was a chapter you had to close to find the peace that only someone else knows. So let the tide take this ache I've known. I'll be the echo when you're finally home. You're holding her now, and I'm just learning how to disappear without a sound. Coffee steam between us on a Tuesday afternoon. Your laugh hits different when the sky is concrete gray. I memorized the cracks along your bedroom wall while you were talking about somebody else's name. Your hoodie on my chair still smells like winter air, and all the plans we made that never left the ground. I'm the one who knows the titles of your books, but not the shape of how your mouth falls when you're sound asleep. I could be the footnote you forgot to write,
the background music in your other life.
Yeah, every almost is a ghost I can't outrun. Underneath the friend zone, there's a setting sun.
So draw the map we never drew in the sand, with a stick that breaks before we start again.
I'm the harbor you return to when the storm has passed,
but never the storm itself,
just the aftermath.
Oh, we're just two ships in the same still frame, passing in the friend zone,
whispering your name.
Remember that night in the backseat of your car, the radio was low.
We were talking to the stars. You said, I wish I could find somebody who gets me. My heart was screaming, baby, can't you see it's me? But the words just stuck like winter sleet on a windshield I can't reach to clean. Now I'm practicing my smile in the mirror for the next guy who'll get to hold you tighter. I could be the footnote you forgot to write. So draw the map we never drew in the sand.
Maybe in another timeline we're not careful with our words.
We're not sacred and we're not scared. We're just us.
No more walking on the edges of a conversation. No more loving you in silent, safe locations. But here,
in this one,
I'm just the guy who brings the wine. When your world gets heavy, I'm the friend you call at 2 a.m.
That's a kind of forever too, just not the one I wrote for you. So draw the map we never drew, just the aftermath.
Your sweater's still hanging on the back of my chair, the one with the frayed sleeve you always would wear. I washed all the coffee cups, scrubbed every plate, but the silence you left keeps the kitchen late. The clock on the wall ticks in a different key, and the dust on the windowsill dances with me. I found your grocery list tucked in my book, the ink's running soft from the last look you took. And the radio plays a song from our summer, the one we sang loud with the windows down. Now it sounds like a ghost in the speaker, a beautiful sound from a broken downtown. Oh, these frozen photographs, trapped in the negative of my life. We were a perfect exposure, a flash in the dark. Now I'm developing pain in the home of my heart, and the negatives curled at the edges. They ache for the light that we were, for the love that we'd make. These frozen photographs, they don't fade, they just get sharper and sharper and sharper
past the old drugstore, the one where we'd laugh at the price of a pour. The neon sign flickered your name in the rain, a flickering ghost of a love I can't name. I called in sick to the script I was writing, the one about us, about fighting and lightning. But the plot's all wrong now, the dialogue's weak, 'cause the ending you wrote was the one I still seek. And the weatherman says a storm is approaching, the kind that bends trees and peels back the sky. But I'm waiting for sunshine to burn off this morning, the one where I woke up and remembered you died. Oh, these frozen photographs, trapped in the negative of my life. We were a perfect exposure, a flash in the dark. Now I'm developing pain in the home of my heart, and the negatives curl at the edges, they ache for the light that we were, for the love that we'd make. These frozen photographs, they don't fade, they just get sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper. Maybe love is a lens that we look through, and when it breaks all the colors run blue. I could burn every image, I could curse your name, but the frame would stay empty, the fire the same. So I'll keep this museum of moments we stole, the good and the brutal, the loss of my soul. 'Cause to let go completely is to let go of me, and the ghost in the photograph is all I can see. Coffee stain on page 42, the one that looks like a heart if you squint. I trace it sometimes when the night gets too thin, and pretend the stain is a new place to start, a new place to start, a new place.
The porch light's still on, like it was last June. Your blue jacket hangs by the door. I still don't move it, don't know why. Cold coffee in the mug you left, and your lipstick on the rim, a faded sign. I count time zones under the street lights, watch your name light up at 2:30. You laugh like you're right in the kitchen, and the signal breaks and I'm back with you. Maybe love was never meant to fit inside a glowing screen, but when you whisper, stay with me, I believe in almost everything. Meet me halfway in the morning light, where the highway us getting there. I saved your ticket stubs in my glove box, from the diner where the neon buzzed. You drew a heart on a paper placemat, said we'll be fine, and I believed because you said it like a promise, not a prayer, and I said it like I wasn't scared. Now every exit sign asks where you are, every song on the radio says wait. Maybe love was never meant to be a calendar full of soon, but when you breathe my name so softly, I can almost feel you in the room. Meet me halfway in the morning light, where the highway hums and the taillights shine. I'll drive through the rain if you're on my mind. We can be more than a voice at night. Hold on, don't let go, even when the miles run deep and slow. If forever has to start somewhere, let it start with us getting there. If I could fold the map in half and put my arms around your shoulders, I'd turn the whole world down, just to hear you breathe a little closer. But I'm still here, still saying your name, still leaving the lamp on in the rain. Meet me halfway when the night burns bright, where the highway hums and the taillights shine. I'll drive through the rain if you're on my mind. We can be more than a voice at night. Hold on, don't let go, even when the miles run deep and slow. If forever has to start somewhere, let it start with us getting there. Let it start with us getting there. The porch light's still on, and I'm still here. The coffee's gone cold by the window again. Rain taps softly against the glass. An old song drifts through the room, and suddenly the years come back. There was a little house at the edge of town, a front porch swing painted white. We spent whole afternoons doing nothing, watching the world fade into twilight. Your mother humming in the kitchen, my old bike laying in the yard. The days move slow like a river, back when life wasn't so hard. Funny how the smallest moments stay long after the big ones fade away. I miss that Saturday light, golden through the curtains, soft and bright. No place to be, no reason to run, just two young hearts beneath the sun. And every time the evening falls, I still hear those distant calls, like a photograph inside my mind, forever living in that Saturday light. The record player skipping in the corner, a blanket spread across the floor. We talked about who we'd become before we even knew what for. The neighborhood kids rode past laughing, fireflies danced across the field, and every dream felt close enough, like something we could almost feel. Now the streets look smaller somehow, but I can still find my way back now. I miss that Saturday light, golden through the curtains, soft and bright. No place to be, no reason to run, just two young hearts beneath the sun. And every time the evening falls, I still hear those distant calls, like a photograph inside my mind, forever living in that Saturday light. Maybe growing older means collecting pieces of the past, little moments we once overlooked that somehow end up lasting. Not the parties, not the noise, not the things we thought we'd need, just quiet rooms and simple days, and the people who believed in me. I miss that Saturday light, the kind that made everything
really gone.
First time I saw you, you were sitting on the fire escape, rain tapping a rhythm on the metal roof. You were painting your nails with a chip bottle of crimson, and the street lights made halos in the wet air. I brought you a coffee, steaming in a paper cup. You looked up, eyes like startled deer, and said, "You're the new neighbor, right?" I nodded, but my heart was a runaway train. I didn't have the words, just a hum in my ribs, a language I'd never learned, but somehow understood. The world was a puzzle, and you were the missing piece I didn't know I'd been searching for. You were my first everything, the map I drew in the dark, the first time I knew where home was before the world had a name. And when you smiled, the whole block lit up like a string of Christmas lights in July. You were the first note of the song I've been hearing, the one that never fades, never dies. We spent summers in your dad's old pickup, driving nowhere, windows down, the radio playing static and old songs you sang off-key, but it was perfect. We'd stop at the diner for fries and milkshakes, sit in the booth, knees touching, and talk about the future like it was a promise. We were gonna be astronauts, or maybe just poets. But time is a thief, it steals the hours, and we grew up, moved away, got busy with lives, with loves, with losses. But that summer still lives in my bones. You were my first everything, the map I drew in the dark, the first time I knew where home was before the world had a name. And when you smiled, the whole block lit up like a string of Christmas lights in July. You were the first note of the song I've been hearing, the one that never fades, never dies. And now I'm older, I've loved others, had my heart broken, put back together, but nothing ever felt quite like that. It wasn't a repetition, it was the first spark, and I've been carrying it ever since. A quiet hum underneath everything. So here's to the first, the ones that fade but never really leave. They just become the quiet hum, the hum underneath everything. The first time I called it home. The radiator hums a one-note song against the cold. The The only clock is the heartbeat in my chest, growing old. Your sweater on the chair, still holding your shade. A half-read book lies open, a promise we escaped. The steam has left the window, a faint and foggy trace of all the words we didn't need to speak just to feel this place. And the world outside could shatter, could rage and roar and bend, but in this quiet architecture, nothing needs to mend. Just the weight of your head on my shoulder, sinking in like a slow, soft tide, pulling me back in. So let's keep slow dancing with the silence. Let the empty space become our song. No grand crescendo, no frantic defiance, just the rhythm of right where we belong. In the amber glow of the streetlights' haze, we're writing chapters in the quiet of these days. The coffee's gone cold in the mug we both forgot, a testament to time we never tied in knots. We talk in photographs and glances in a sigh, building a cathedral in the space between a wire. The dust motes dance in the slanted afternoon, gold and slow and sacred, a private, precious tune. And tomorrow's just a whisper, a ghost against the pain. We're gathering these moments like soft October rain. Every breath a stanza, every pause a rhyme. We're spending all this precious quiet time. So let's keep slow dancing with the silence. Let the empty space become our song. No grand crescendo, no frantic defiance, just the rhythm of right where we belong. In the amber glow of the streetlights' haze, we're writing chapters in the quiet of these days. And if the years should fray the edges of this scene, and the quiet turns to something like a dream, I will still remember how the stillness felt like sound. A perfect, full and safe and solid ground. This is not a void, it's a canvas, it's a home, a language all our own. Slow dancing with the silence, just the rhythm of right where we belong. Still here, still here. Still here. Your handwriting on the postcard faded at the edges. Coffee rings on the counter from a Tuesday morning. We built a world inside a one-bedroom apartment. Now it's just a blueprint the wind keeps ignoring. I found your scarf behind the hallway radiator. Still smells like the rain we walked into. And some promises are just quiet conspirators. They vanish softly without pushing through. And the clock is a thief with a slow, sure hand, turning our always into grains of sand. Do our stories outlive us? Do the echoes find a home? Are we more than just the ashes of the bridges we've outgrown? I trace the lines of a face I can't forget, a map of all the places we've been and left in the quiet I am holding. Faded photographs. The radio plays a song we never named. It cracks the silence like a stone skipped through. We were chapters in a book the world rearranged. Now I'm reading between lines meant for two. The garden we planted grew wild and then crooked. The thorns where the roses used to be. Love is a language we learned and then misquoted. Lying in the dark, staring at the ceiling, free. And the future's a train that don't slow down, carrying the lost and the almost found. Do our stories outlive us? Do the echoes find a home? Are we more than just the ashes of the bridges we've outgrown? I trace the lines of a face I can't forget, a map of all the places we've been and left in the quiet I am holding. Faded photographs. Maybe love is not a destination, just a way of seeing in the dark. A flicker on the wall, a hesitation, a single stubborn spark. Maybe we were just the season, not the reason for the change. Just two voices in the static, learning how to rearrange. The dust dances in the sunbeams where you used to be. Photographs fade gently, gently. dust motes dance in the slanted light. Your old sweater smells of pipe, tobacco and rain. I'm tracing the cracks in the coffee cup's glaze. The clock's hands are stuck at 3:30 in this room where memories breathe. The books on the shelf are gathering dust, each one a story of us. And the silence screams louder than any song. In the echo of your absence, the walls are thin, they whisper your name in this cozy, emotional game. And I'm wrapped up in the echo of your laughter, in this wool blanket on a vinyl afternoon. The needle skips on a promise we made, but I'm still here, humming our tune. And the world outside is a watercolor blur, but in here it's just me and the purr of the turntable spinning our past, hoping this moment will last. And I'm wrapped up in the echo of you, in everything that we used to do. The cat's asleep on the windowsill, dreaming of birds that never come. I found your letter, folded and faded, the ink bled like a forgotten sun. The rain taps a rhythm on the roof, a Morse code of longing and proof. The teapot's cold, the biscuits stale, in this nostalgic tender tale. And the shadows grow long and lean in this cozy emotional scene. The radiator hisses a soft refrain in this gentle, persistent pain. And I'm wrapped up in the echo of your laughter, in this wool blanket on a vinyl afternoon. The needle skips on a promise we made, but I'm still here, humming our tune. And the world outside is a watercolor blur, but in here it's just me and the purr of the turntable spinning our past, hoping this moment will last. And I'm wrapped up in the echo of you, in everything that we used to do. Maybe love is just a ghost in the static, a frequency we can't quite tune. But in this quiet I feel you closest, like a half-remembered moon. And if I close my eyes, I can almost hear your voice, soft and near, whispering that everything's fine in this fragile, fleeting time. So let the music carry the weight of all the love we create. So let the rain tap on the window pane. I'll stay here in this cozy pain till the needle wears thin and the music fades, in the wool blanket on a vinyl afternoon. I miss you.
coffee cold beside the unpaid bill. You were humming something out of tune while I traced the cracks up to your moon. Your hair was a mess, a perfect storm. You said good morning in your uniform of yesterday's shirt and borrowed socks, and all my walls just stopped their clocks. I was a tourist in my hometown, never knew a silence could be found till your breathing filled the empty space, and I learned my heart could have a place. You were the map I never knew I needed, the quiet truth my noise had never heeded. Not an echo but the first true sound that ever turned my world around. You were the calm in my chaos defined, the first line of the story I left behind. We built a language out of glances, shared paperbacks and secondhand dances in the kitchen, flour on the floor. You laughed and said, we're making more than just a mess, we're making us. Out of all this fragile, quiet trust, I kept your scarf, a stolen square of wool, a softer truth I couldn't quite unknow. Now I walk the same old streets alone, and every empty room feels like a stone dropped in a well I cannot see the bottom of, just the ghost of your unspoken love. You were the map I never knew I needed, the quiet truth my noise had never heeded. Not an echo but the first true sound that ever turned my world around. You were the calm in my chaos defined, the first line of the story I left behind. Maybe love is just a lesson in release, a tender scar that teaches you what peace is. You weren't the answer, you were the question that taught my soul its own expression. I don't need the echo, I have the sound of you in every safe and sacred ground I ever found within myself. Since then, you were the beginning, not the end. Just the first light on an empty windowsill. Coffee's cold beside the phone, I keep checking. Your voice on the machine, a ghost in the static. I wear your old shirt, the one with the fraying cuff, and stare at the wall where your shadow used to laugh. The neighbor's dog barks at the same time each night, reminding me how silent it is without your fight. And the calendar flips, but July stays on the wall. Your toothbrush still sits, but it's starting to fall. I hear your footsteps in the hallway, but it's just the wind calling out a name that the walls have pinned. I'm counting the spaces between us, every silence screams your name, like a ghost in the hall. map with no path back home. I found your journal behind the attic stairs. A dried flower fell out, pressed between prayers. You wrote about the future in shaky ink. Now I'm living in the past, afraid to think. The diner's neon sign still buzzes your order, but the booth is empty, cold as a border. And the rain taps rhythms on the window pane, a Morse code message of love and pain. I traced the route we drove on the map last spring. Now every road leads to everything. I'm counting the spaces between us. Every silence screams your name, like a ghost in the hallway. I'm helpless in this quiet, I'm going insane. Yeah, the space between us is a canyon, and I'm falling alone. Your absence is a room I can't leave, a map with no path back home. Maybe in another life we got it right. Maybe in another time we held on tight. But tonight the stars are just holes in the sky, and I'm wondering why. The space between us
back in '85.
Your silence is a sweater I keep wearing, even when the wool itches on my skin. We talk in circles, weather and old movies, while the real storm just gathers within. The radiator hisses its tired anthem, and the clock hands blur into a slow dance. I memorize the crack across your ceiling, like it's scripture, like it's chants. And I'm not cold, I'm just learning how to hold the space between us, like a cup of tea that's gone too cool to trust. Yeah, I'm not lost, I'm just tracing the map of all the quiet we've become. So give me wool and whiskey, honey, something solid I can feel. A worn out book of poems you underline, and a truth that doesn't need to heal. Just let the record scratch its lonely rhythm, let the rain tap out a coat against the pain. In this room of half-lit understanding, I'm not broken, I'm just rearranged. The streetlight paints a yellow rectangle on the floor where our shadows used to meet. Now it just highlights the empty space where your feet should be incomplete. I found your old scarf behind the armchair. It still smells like the bonfire and your laugh. I buried my face in it for a second, and the past pulled me back by the scruff. And I'm not stuck, I'm just measuring the distance in your size, like a sailor counting waves against the tide. Yeah, I'm not weak, I'm just gathering the fragments of this quiet. So give me a wool and whiskey, honey, something solid I can feel. A worn out book of poems you underlined, and a truth that doesn't need to heal. Just let the record scratch its lonely rhythm, let the rain tap out a coat against the pain. In this room of half-lit understanding, I'm not broken, I'm just rearranged. Baby, love is just a slow surrender to the gravity of staying still, a learned art of breathing in the same air without needing to voice the chill. So let the fire die down to embers, let the conversation go unstirred. I'll wear your silence like a second skin, and call it home and call it hers. Wool and whiskey, wool and whiskey, a truth that doesn't need to heal. Your scent lingers December dream the day before. The coffee mug sits cold, untouched, a silent guest, a ghost of morning's warmth. It's the best. Remember the street we walked, rain slicked and cold. Your laughter like a melody, bold. The way your eyes held stories deep and true. A chapter closed but not forgotten, just new. Now the silence fills the spaces wide and deep, a hollow where your voice used to creep. The quiet hum of things that used to be, a symphony of memories haunting me. But you're not here, just the echo of your name, a whisper in the wind, a flicker of flame. The present tense is all I have, it's true. A moment held, a feeling just for you. The bookstore corner, dusty, warm and old. The book you left behind, its story told. The bookmark still in place, a sign, a trace of your presence lingering in this space. Time is a river, flowing fast and deep, carrying away the promises we'd keep. But some things settle like sediment in sand, a weight that holds me here, held by your hand. Your ghost is my favorite song, playing slow, a familiar tune, a place I know. The present tense, a fragile, precious thing, a memory held, a feeling just for you. Present, present, present. Present. The rain taps on my window like your fingers once did. I'm tracing the outline of your smile in the steam on the glass. The city lights blur through the tears I can't fight. I walk past the bookstore where we met, the same old corner now empty and cold. I picked up a novel you loved, but the words felt foreign, like a language I forgot. The coffee shop across the street, where we shared secrets over bitter brews, now serves strangers with plastic smiles. I heard you laugh in the background, a sound that used to be mine. The autumn wind carries the scent of your hair, but it's just a ghost. And I wonder, do you dream of me in the quiet? When he sleeps beside you, do I haunt your thoughts? Or have I become a footnote in your story, a chapter you skip when you're feeling low? 'cause you're with him now, in his arms so tight, while I'm here drowning in the lonely night. I see you smiling, but it coffee cup still warm on the windowsill. I trace the circle where your lipstick spilled. The news still plays the story we forgot, a silent film of everything we're not. I kept the receipt from that Oslo flight, the one you took into another life, the map you drew with all our dotted lines, now just a faded sketch of borrowed time. And the clock hands bend but never break, every promise we were too scared to make, hanging like a chandelier of dust in the hollow where our laughter used to trust. So let these unspoken words dissolve like salt in rain. Let the silence scream your name again and again. I'm a ghost in the hallway of your perfect home, a footnote in a book you'll never own. Our love was a language we never learned to speak, just an echo in the canyon, growing faint and weak. The sweater you forgot still smells like pine, from winters we were too tired to climb. I wear it thin against the aircon's hum, a second skin that keeps me feeling numb. Your mother's recipe for sourdough bread still rises in the oven of my head, but every loaf comes out a little flat, like conversations that just fell apart at that. And the seasons turn on rusted gears, all our plans dissolved in quiet tears, a museum of the moments we let die underneath this perpetually gray sky. So let these unspoken words dissolve like salt in rain. Let the silence scream your name again and again. I'm a ghost in the hallway of your perfect home, a footnote in a book you'll never own. Our love was a language we never learned to speak, just an echo in the canyon, growing faint and weak. Maybe in another timeline's gentle sway, we'd say it all before the light fades away. But here we are with all this space between, the I love you that stayed forever unseen. So let the record skip on this familiar ache, a groove we carved for our own sweet